Hello everyone, welcome to Big Data Knowledge Hunt. In the today's video, we will be seeing one of the clustering algorithm, that is the K-means clustering algorithm. In the previous video, we have shown what is meant by clustering. Link to that video will be in the description as well as I section. You can go through it. In the today's video, we will be seeing in brief the K-means clustering algorithm. So K-means is the widely used clustering algorithm in machine learning. So first we will see the flowchart, how the K-means clustering work, and then we'll see the advantages and disadvantages of the K-means clustering. So we'll start with the flowchart. So as I told you in the first video, so for clustering we need the K value. So first starting we have to select the K value for the cluster. So the K means in how many cluster we want to divide the objects. For the given data points, how many cluster we want to classify. For that we have to specify the K value. So that we have to select. The next step is to find the centroid. Either the centroid will be given in the numerical or in the problem, or we have to randomly select one of the centroid from the given numerical. Then the further process will be carried out. So based on this centroid, we have to calculate the distance of all data points around this centroid. So to calculate the distance of all the points, we have to use one formula. That formula is known as the Euclidean distance. So what is meant by Euclidean distance? What is the formula? That I have already covered. Link to that video I will be giving in the description. You can go through it. What is the formula, how to calculate it, and what is Euclidean distance? So that will be given in the description. You can go through it. So the Euclidean distance formula is used to calculate here. Based on that formula, the distance of all the data points from the centroid is calculated, and the specific data points is put into the specific cluster. So that same process we have to repeat till there is no change, and if there is change, then we have to end the process. If there is change, then we have to again repeat the process. If there is no change in the clusters, means previously whatever the clusters we have got, that are the same clusters that we get after repeating the step, then we have to end the process. Else if the clusters are different, then we have to again repeat the process and do the same things. So this is a simple flow chart to find the clusters by using the K-means clustering algorithm. Once we'll go through the numerical, you will be get easy with the flowchart and the process. So in the further videos, I will be demonstrating a numerical on the K-means clustering. Now we will be seeing the advantages and disadvantages of K-means clustering. So in K-means clustering, it is very easy to implement because the algorithm steps are very easy. We have to just use one formula and solve the numerical. The algorithm work as same with the Python code also. So it is easy to implement as well as it is easy to understand, and it's simple. It scales for the large data set. It works good with the large amount of data also in Python coding also. So it is easy to implement in Python also, the K-means clustering algorithm. It is best than the other algorithms. If we compare the other clustering algorithms with the K-means, then it gives the best accuracy as well as the best performance and best understanding for the programmer as well as the user. So it is best one of the clustering algorithm. It generalizes the clusters to different shapes and sizes. So different types of objects or different types of data points can be classified or clustered together to different shapes and sizes by using the K-means clustering algorithm. So these are some of the advantages of the clustering algorithm. Now we will see the disadvantages. So the main disadvantage is that the user need to specify the initial value of K, which is quite difficult because based on the K value, the whole algorithm will work. So whatever the value we are choosing of the K and the initial cluster, based on that the algorithm will classify the data points. So this is the most important thing, which is the disadvantage of a clustering algorithm. And the next step is that the process of finding cluster may not converge. Sometimes it happens that because of the incorrect choosing of the value of K, the process will not end. So user have to repeatedly do the same steps and the process will not converge. So these are some of the disadvantages of K-means clustering algorithm. So I hope everyone is clear with the idea what is the K-means clustering algorithm, how is the flowchart, what are the advantages and disadvantages. So in the further videos, we will be seeing a numerical of the K-means clustering, and also we will see Python code how to implement the K-means clustering. So thank you for watching the video, and for more such videos, stay tuned on the channel. Thank you everyone.